Welcome back everybody to another 1.18.2 KubeJS video, and today we will be looking at adding items and blocks. Now, we're only looking at it on a surface level, so we'll be looking at how to add items, basic items, tools, and weapons. And here we will be looking at how to add blocks, and we'll see how far we get through this episode. But first of all, we will just be adding the example item and example block into the game. I did not make the textures for this, but when it does come time to add your own, in the KubeJS folder, you go to the assets folder, then in there, there'll be another KubeJS folder and textures, and then you'll be putting your blocks and items in their respective folders. Now, these folders already exist because there will already be an item, texture in each one. Now, I've already got Minecraft loaded in the background, so we'll be looking. We'll get full screen here. Go into the world. And you will notice when you're in the game, right, that the items and blocks will load into a KubeJS Create tab here. So here it is, KubeJS. So example item and block are here, and you can place it down. It's got sound and hardness of wood. When you're in the creative survival mode, yeah, look, it's at planks. Takes some time, but you know, it's all good. So, and then the example item actually has no purpose. It's got no recipes, no result, no inputs, no nothing. So I'll be showing you how to add your own items. So I've already got some more textures in there. And if you want, you can just make your own textures and use those. So the item name will be Ruby, and we need to add a display name, because if we don't add a display name, right, it's just going to come up as like item.kubejs.ruby. A very ugly name. It's unreadable, really. So here, add a display name. This is what's going to come up. I'm also just going to add a block, right, at the same time. So you got to do this in the respective events, which also, yes, to get to this folder here, you go to startup and script.js. We're not doing this in the server side, because this is what it loads up items every time you load up the game, right? So to add a block, it's easy as pie. Here we go. Example Ruby underscore block dot material. Let's go. Let's see. Let's go with stone. Yep. Or actually, metal. Let's add a hardness of 2.5 and add the display name as Ruby, or a block of Ruby. Here we go. And let's load up the game here. Shouldn't take too long. We will come back when it loaded, actually. So yes, take a look. Right, let's go to the KubeJS folder. Not folder, creative tab, and we have block of Ruby and Ruby. Press this down. Looks very red. It is just a retextured emerald block, but it's nice. Take a look. Oof, Ruby. Yes, definitely 100% Ruby. And it should pop up here. Yeah, block of Ruby. There we go. And yeah, if I just type in Ruby, you'll see Ruby and block of Ruby. Great. Okay, now time to add in a sword. So here we go. Create, and let's add a Ruby underscore sword of type sword. And we gotta add the tier in. Let's add in iron. And then let's go and add a baseline attack damage. So 6. I believe that's correct for iron. I may be wrong. It might be 8, but I can't remember. And there we go. And that will add in a sword. Now, also, just to show, if with the regular items, there is more we can do. So, if you want to change the stack size, just add in max stack size. And let's say 16 or 17 or whatever crazy number you want. You could even add in a stack size of 63. That would absolutely terrify me. Is lots. So you can add in glow. True. So now this item will have a glow, kind of like the glowing ink sacks. You can do other things. So I don't know if it's by default, but for the sword, we can add an unstackable line to it. Or you can do max stack size 1, but there is really no point. You want to add the durability to it. We can do that with max damage. So you can say this has a durability of 512, which is normal, I think. I'm not sure. You want to add in Ruby as a fuel. We can do that. So burn time, and this is in ticks, by the way. So a tick is 20 seconds in a tick. So if I wanted this to last a second, you would go like this. If not, and also keep in mind that items take 200 ticks to burn in a furnace, right? So if I was to go and say if it was to last one item, it would last 200 ticks, right? If it was to last, let's say 200 items, it would be 20,000 ticks. And yes, and for the sword, let's say we want it like netherite items, we can make it fire resistant. And there we go. And now these are just the physical properties that you can change on an item. So if we go and load back up, and we will see you back when we're in game. Okay, now welcome back. We have added in the items. So here you go, we'll take these two. The Ruby sword, which has an attack damage of 9. Yes, that does make sense. Okay, and compared to it's the strongest sword in the game. Good attack damage of 9. And the Ruby, which if you hit U, you'll see it is now in the game. It will smelt 100 items. And works in the Sterling generator too. So a lot of this stuff is converted over. But we've put the Ruby as fuel. And like I said, not sure if yeah, but the sword is unstackable as well. So let's summon it a pig. Oh. There we go, 2-shot it. You should be able to put sharpness on it. Maybe sharpness 5. Oh, okay. Can't support it because I've already got sharpness on there. Summon another pig. Oh, 1 shot. Great. But yeah, it supports it's a sword. There's not much I can tell you about it. But that's all it is. You can add your own items and tools and weapons in. Same if I went in and added in pickaxes, axes, shovels, hoes, whatever you want. And eventually we can take a look at adding armor types into the game. So helmets, chest plates, leggings, boots, you can add sets of armor with that. Be great. Okay, also, you can do things like adding tooltips to items and stuff like that. So if I was to add a tooltip to the sword, you can add like a very sharp. Yes, there we go. We've had a tooltip now. But anyways, on the blocks. Great. Okay, so let me just take a look. Okay, so there's lots of different types of blocks that you can add. So currently I've just got a Ruby block, which is how it's going to stay, really, because I've only got the one texture, really. But let's say I want to add a slab. Oh, you can do that. So now we do a dot type and just add slab, and that should work. Also, this will automatically take all the textures and put them on there. But if I want to go dot texture, and then you can add in the sides here. So you can add in like south and go and you add in the texture path. So it would just be like block Ruby. Ruby block. It should work. Or also, if I'm going to grab this Ruby slab and just have no item, it's just like that. And that will cause it to actually, so you can do like set block and then set the block wherever you want, but it won't have an item. You can't pick it up and place it in the inventory. Also, there's lots of different things you can do for it. So if you want to have random tick events, you can add that. So you can do dot random tick, and then random tick event, bam. You can do whatever type of code you want. So you can have, so this will cause it like how blocks how plants grow every random tick. You can have something like that happen every random tick. And yeah, there's just lots of things you can add to it. You can make it transparent, so it's like glass. You can do whatever, and a lot of this stuff is in the a lot of this stuff is in the documentation. So I will put the link for the documentation in the bottom page, in the description, sorry, and you can check out a lot of the options for it there. But yeah, we'll load in and take a look at this slab, and I'll see you guys when the game's loaded. Great, so we've loaded back in, so let's take a look. Ruby slab did not render properly. That is okay. So let's see what I did wrong, shall we? So type C below. Alright, yes. See, wrong syntax. Okay, great. Let's So we're going to go here, and instead of that, we're going to go like this. Comma slab. So this is how you define types. Did it in the item when we were here for sword. Great. Okay. Let's go see if that's fixed then. Should be. So there's actually lots you can do. You are limited with not being able to get into the nitty-gritty code and change things. It's only allowing you to change like events and stuff like that. It just gets a bit jumbled. But there are lots of cool things you can do with KubeJS, and we are just scratching the surface at the moment with the recipes and the items of the blocks. Because like you can create custom maps so like the one block skyblock series, the one block skyblock series, you can create that. You can create the Garden of Glass map in modded Minecraft. So if you guys don't know that, it's a Britannia mod. Okay, well this is got the model working. Okay, the model works, but the texture does not. If that will fix it. But yeah, so we can get into some very cool things by changing loot tables. So, for instance, in my pack, I've gone and I've upped the chance for you to get poisonous potatoes from breaking potato blocks. There's lots and lots of stuff that you can do. It is quite cool and quite exciting when you get into it. Can also get quite annoying because just sometimes things don't work. But yeah, I quite enjoy it. It actually makes it very easy. So like a lot of the stuff you can do in mods when you're coding them, but this just makes it so easy. Like it's what the mod is for. Okay, here we go. Yes, that fixed it. So if you're wanting to add a slab, you need to have the same item ID, right? You need to find and then so this is Ruby block and this is Ruby block slab. Now I'm sure you can change that by defining where you actually want the texture to come from. But for now, look at that Ruby block slab. It's just how it works. But you can define textures. It doesn't matter. It's still called Ruby slab, and this is still block of Ruby, and this is still Ruby sword. And as you can see, the tooltips being added. It says very sharp. Nice. Anyways, I think that's all we'll do for today. So that's a bit shorter than last time because I did take a long time. But then again, recipes are a big topic. Peace. See you guys next time.